87%. That's how many adults over 60 are doing at least one of the five things I'm about to name tonight before bed. And every single one of them is quietly working against the part of your brain that holds on to names, faces, and memories. And item number one isn't a habit you do at night at all. It's something you do the moment you wake up, and almost nobody connects the two. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, one small change to your evening is going to make more difference to your memory than any crossword puzzle or brain game ever will. I'll tell you exactly why at the very end, and it's going to surprise you. I'm Dr. Elena Ross. I'm a neurologist, and for 19 years, I've watched patients walk into my office terrified they're developing dementia when what they actually have is a sleep problem wearing a memory problem's clothes. It's one of the most common things I see, and it's one of the most fixable. So today, 5 sleep habits ranked from the one that seems completely harmless to the one that does the most damage to your memory over time. And number 2 is something almost every person watching this does without a second thought. Quick question before we start. How many hours of sleep do you actually get most nights? Drop the number in the comments. I read every one, and it'll help you follow along as we go. Here's why this matters more after 60 than it did at 40. While you sleep, your brain runs a cleaning cycle. Fluid washes through the spaces between brain cells and clears out a protein called beta amyloid, the same protein that clumps together in Alzheimer's disease. That cleaning cycle runs deepest during a stage called slow wave sleep, and starting in your 50s and 60s, you naturally get less of it than you used to. So, the same sleep mistake that cost you a groggy morning at 35 can cost you real memory consolidation at 65. That's the whole reason we're doing this video. Number 5. Keeping the TV on to fall asleep. If you've fallen asleep to the news or a rerun for years, you're not alone. This is one of the most common habits I hear about in my own office. It feels harmless. It feels almost cozy. But light, even dim light, is a signal your brain reads as stay alert. Your eyes contain light-sensing cells that talk directly to your internal clock. And blue-toned light from a screen tells that clock it isn't nighttime yet, which delays and shallows the deep sleep stage where memory gets filed away. A study out of Northwestern University, published in Sleep Health Journal, found that older adults exposed to any light while sleeping had measurably worse next-day performance on memory recall tasks compared to those who slept in darkness. After 60, this matters more because your sleep is already lighter and more easily interrupted. You don't have as much deep sleep to spare. Did you know a sliver of light under a hallway door can be enough to blunt that cleaning cycle? The fix costs nothing. Turn the TV off on a sleep timer, or better, off entirely, and use blackout curtains or a simple eye mask. That one change means your brain gets a full, uninterrupted shot at filing away today's memories, including the ones of your grandkids' visit you don't want to lose. Number 4. Having just one nightcap. Here's the part nobody tells you. Alcohol doesn't help you sleep. It sedates you. And those are two different things. A nightcap knocks you out faster, but it fragments the second half of the night, the part where slow wave and REM sleep, the two stages most tied to memory, are supposed to dominate. As alcohol is metabolized over a few hours, it triggers repeated brief awakenings you don't even remember, and each one interrupts the cleaning cycle we just talked about. Researchers at the University of Melbourne, in a 2022 study published in Alcoholism, Clinical and Experimental Research, found that even one moderate drink before bed reduced deep sleep time by close to 20% in adults over 55. Here's why age changes the math. Your body metabolizes alcohol more slowly than it did at 30, so that one glass sits in your system, disrupting sleep for longer than it used to. You don't have to give up wine entirely. Just move it earlier. Finish drinking at least 3 hours before bed, and let your body clear it before your head hits the pillow. That's the difference between a night that repairs your memory and one that just knocks you out. Number 3. Sleeping in on weekends to catch up. This one feels like common sense. Lose sleep during the week, make it up on Saturday. But your internal clock doesn't work like a bank account. It runs on consistency. And every hour your wake-up time shifts creates something researchers call social jet lag. The same kind of disruption as crossing time zones, just self-inflicted. A study from the University of Arizona, published in Sleep in 2019, tracked adults and found that irregular sleep timing was linked to worse performance on memory and attention tests than short but consistent sleep. Could it be that the 2-hour weekend sleep in you look forward to is actually working against you? After 60, your circadian rhythm is more fragile and slower to reset than it was in your 30s. So that Monday morning fog from an inconsistent weekend can linger for 2 or 3 days, not just one. The fix? Keep your wake up time within about 30 minutes every day, weekends included. If you're tired, go to bed earlier that night instead of sleeping in the next morning. A steady clock protects the deep sleep stage your memory depends on, night after night. Number 2, taking an over the counter sleep aid. Almost every refrigerator has eggs in it. Almost every medicine cabinet in this age group has one of these. Diphenhydramine, the active ingredient in most nighttime sleep aids and many allergy medications, works by blocking a brain chemical called acetylcholine. Acetylcholine happens to be the same chemical your brain uses for memory formation and learning. So, functionally, these medications sedate you by dialing down the exact system your memory relies on. A study from Indiana University School of Medicine, published in JAMA Internal Medicine, found that older adults who regularly used strong anticholinergic medications, this class included, had a meaningfully higher risk of developing dementia over the following years compared to those who didn't. Here's why this hits harder after 60. Your body clears these medications more slowly than it used to. So a dose that wore off by morning at 40 can still be affecting your brain the next afternoon at 68. This is exactly the kind of thing I want you to bring up with your doctor or pharmacist, rather than stopping anything on your own. There are safer alternatives for sleep, including non-medication approaches we'll cover in a moment, and your doctor can walk you through them based on what else you're taking. Number 1, and this is the one that connects to everything I said at the start, waking up at a different time every day, especially using your phone as a snooze and scroll alarm. I told you at the top this wasn't really a nighttime habit, and here's why. Your internal clock is set primarily by one thing: the time light first hits your eyes in the morning, not the time you go to bed. If you wake at 6:15 one day, 8:40 the next, and spend 20 groggy minutes scrolling in bed before you ever see daylight, you are sending your brain a scrambled signal about when the day begins, every single day. Over time, that scrambled signal pushes your entire sleep architecture later and shallower, shrinking the slow-wave sleep stage where memory consolidation happens most. Researchers at Harvard Medical School, in work published in Current Biology, showed that consistent morning light exposure was one of the strongest predictors of both sleep quality and next-day cognitive performance in older adults, stronger than total hours slept. After 60, your eyes let in less light naturally due to lens changes, so you need a clearer, more consistent morning signal than you did when you were younger, not a weaker one. The fix is the simplest one in this entire video. Get outside, or at least near a window, within 30 minutes of waking, every day, at roughly the same time. No phone screen first, just light, on your face, on a schedule your brain can count on. That's it. That's the microwave is the hero moment I promised you. The biggest lever in this whole video isn't something you do at night. It's the first 10 minutes of your morning. Let's bring it all together. Move the nightcap earlier. Keep your wake time steady. Talk to your doctor about anything you're taking to fall asleep, and get real daylight first thing in the morning. None of these fix each other in isolation. Stack them. And you're not just sleeping longer. You're protecting the exact stage of sleep your brain uses to hold on to the people and moments you don't want to lose. One myth worth busting before we close: more sleep isn't automatically better sleep. 10 fragmented hours with the TV on and a nightcap in your system can do less for your memory than 7 consistent, dark, alcohol-free hours. It's not about the number. It's about the quality of the stages you're actually reaching. What to do tonight? 4 things, starting now. Set a sleep timer on the TV or turn it off and use an eye mask. If you drink, finish at least 3 hours before bed. Pick one wake-up time and hold it, weekends included. Step outside or sit by a window within 30 minutes of waking tomorrow. One honest safety note: if you're on blood pressure medication, sedating sleep aids, and alcohol together can amplify morning dizziness and fall risk. That combination is worth a specific conversation with your pharmacist, not just your general doctor. If this helped you understand what's actually happening while you sleep, hit subscribe, give this a like, and tell me in the comments, what time did you wake up today? And send this to whoever in your life still falls asleep with the television on. They need to see this one. Next time, I'm covering the one afternoon habit that's quietly working against everything we just talked about, and it's not caffeine. I'm Dr. Elena Ross. Take care of your mind tonight so it can take care of you tomorrow.